One day ago, something happened that was never supposed to happen. Not a rumor, not a leak, not a whistleblower. A coordinated signal. 14 separate transmission sources activated at the same time, spread across our solar system, broadcasting an identical message with mathematical precision so exact that chance can be ruled out entirely. For 7 years, astronomers quietly feared that Oumuamua was not an anomaly. Tonight, that fear has been confirmed. This is not first contact. This is the moment we realize contact never stopped. Deep Space Network stations detected the transmissions almost simultaneously. California, Spain, Australia, all reported the same thing within seconds. 14 distinct signal sources. Perfect synchronization. No delay, no drift, no error. And the message they carried shattered a decade of assumptions. Free Atlas was never a single object. Interstellar visitors are not rare cosmic flukes passing briefly through our neighborhood. What we believed was one anomalous intelligence acting erratically was, in fact, a coordinated operation involving dozens, possibly hundreds, of objects that entered our solar system over the past decade. They arrived quietly. They disguised themselves as asteroids, comets, fragments of space debris, and our detection systems classified them as unremarkable because they were designed to be. For years, astronomers interpreted strange maneuvers, trajectory changes, electromagnetic anomalies as the behavior of one unknown object. In reality, we were watching a distributed network execute a coordinated campaign while we assumed interstellar intelligence would arrive loudly, dramatically, unmistakably. It didn't. It arrived patiently. The transmissions weren't introductions. They were confirmations. And embedded within the signal was an urgent implication, one that forced us to ask the public for help. Go outside tonight. Look up for 5 minutes. Count how many satellites you see moving in steady, straight lines. Not aircraft, not blinking lights. Satellites. The normal number is 2 to 5, but reports began flooding in from every continent. Dozens, hundreds. Impossible numbers in low Earth orbit. Objects that were not visible days ago are now plainly crossing the sky because camouflage has been dropped. The 14 transmission sources we've confirmed are only the ones announcing themselves. They are positioned with strategic intent. 3 are in geostationary orbit above major population centers. 2 occupy Earth, Moon Lagrange points, ideal for permanent observation. 4 are stationed in the asteroid belt, monitoring or potentially redirecting near-Earth objects. 2 are hidden among Jupiter's Trojan asteroids, camouflaged within natural swarms. 1 sits at Neptune's orbit, functioning as an outer system relay. And 2 are moving, changing position, approaching Earth at velocities we haven't fully calculated yet. Spectroscopic analysis reveals something terrifying. All 14 share identical composition with 3 Atlas. Exotic metallic ratios. Impossible alloy structures. Clear evidence of manufacturing, not natural formation. These are not 14 visitors. They are 14 components of a single system. Or worse, 14 instances of the same intelligence. Trajectory analysis from JPL confirmed what many feared but hoped wasn't true. These objects did not arrive together. The earliest entered our solar system nearly 9 years ago. Their trajectories were slow, mundane, easily dismissed. Automated surveys flagged them as ordinary asteroids and moved on. And for 9 years, they remained. Positioning, observing, possibly modifying themselves or each other. Executing a plan that required time we never imagined intelligence would be willing to spend. We weren't observing visitors. We were living inside an occupied system. And the message confirmed something even more disturbing. Seeding phase complete. Seeding doesn't mean observation. Seeding means distribution. Coordinates previously dismissed as sensor locations. 3,712 of them now demand reinterpretation. What if they weren't receivers? What if they were release points? Environmental monitoring data from those sites reveals anomalies we initially blamed on contamination or error. Exotic isotope ratios in soil. Organic compounds with chirality that doesn't match Earth biology. Atmospheric trace elements appearing in concentrations that should not exist naturally. Something foreign was introduced. Slowly, subtly, systematically. Not enough to be obvious. Not enough to trigger alarms. Enough to accumulate. While humanity argued over politics, borders, and belief systems. Something else was integrating itself into our environment, possibly into us. And now the question becomes unavoidable. Why reveal themselves now? Why abandon camouflage when stealth was working? The answer was embedded in the second transmission. Evaluation protocols initiated. Timeline immediate. They are no longer preparing. They are assessing. Whatever required 9 years of covert positioning is complete. Now comes measurement. Observation of response. Analysis of behavior. We are not witnesses. We are test subjects. And the evaluation requires visibility. Dr. Marcus Chun analyzed the spatial geometry of the 14 objects and discovered a three-dimensional network optimized for complete inter-system coverage with minimal redundancy. This is how you monitor everything from Venus to Mars with no blind spots. And the topology suggests more nodes, dozens, possibly hundreds, still undetected. We are inside a surveillance grid that has been active for years. We just weren't allowed to see it. Then came confirmation that erased all remaining doubt. One object in geostationary orbit above Beijing has been actively maneuvering, maintaining position against gravitational drift. That requires propulsion, energy, decision-making. These objects are not dormant probes. They are operational. Right now. And then Jupiter entered the equation. The object embedded within Jupiter's metallic hydrogen layer, long considered a separate anomaly, is now understood as the central node, the core intelligence. Jupiter isn't just a hiding place. It's a crucible. The planet's exotic physics provided the conditions for transformation, an upgrade using planetary scale energy. And now the signals from Jupiter have changed. No longer pulses. Continuous transmission. The transformation is complete or entering its final stage. Everything connects. The solar modifications, the distributed network, the seeding of Earth, the Jupiter transformation, the evaluation protocols. This wasn't improvisation. This was reconnaissance followed by execution. And now comes judgment. Linguistic analysis of the transmission reveals embedded pass-fail thresholds, specific behaviors, specific choices, outcomes determined by how a civilization responds when confronted with the truth of its vulnerability. The evaluation period is short, days, possibly weeks. What are we being tested on? Wisdom, restraint, unity, self-awareness, or something we don't yet have language for? How do you pass a test when you don't know the criteria? How do you negotiate with intelligence that surrounded your planet before you knew it existed? Our defenses are meaningless. Our assumptions of safety were illusions. Distance was never protection. Interstellar intelligence doesn't invade loudly. It infiltrates quietly. And now, after 9 years of preparation, it has decided we are ready or irrelevant. We wake up to the realization that our solar system was occupied. Our planet was seeded. Our species was observed. And the future of humanity depends on whether we meet criteria we didn't know existed. The 14 sources are still transmitting. The Jupiter signal is still rising. The evaluation is still running. And somewhere in the mathematics of that message is an answer to a question humanity has never had to face before. Are we worth preserving? Because whatever emerges from Jupiter won't ask us what we want. It will decide what we deserve. Follow this channel, because the next update may not be speculation, discovery, or warning. It may be the result. And once that result is reached, there is no appeal.